Happy blissful day to you. Happy blissful day. Another beautiful day in Cape Town. Soft sand. Beautiful beach. Listen to that sound. The sound of the ocean. That's my favorite song, by the way. What is your favorite song? Comment below and let me know what's your favorite song. Such a beautiful day today. How does it get any better than this? So in today's video, I want to share with you guys how to double or triple your income using the law of assumption. So what is the law of assumption? Simply put, the law of assumption states that whatever you assume to be true will be true for you. So whatever you assume to be true in your mind will become true for you in your reality. So if you're assuming that it's hard to make money, that will be your reality. If you're assuming that you're too old, you don't all men are pigs, or all women are the same, that will be true in your reality. Now the beautiful thing with the law of assumption, all that is required from you is just to be clear and to assume that you already have your desire, or that you are your desire, right? And then you stick to that. So let me give you an example. So now, growing up in my past life, I used to fix bicycles, right? And so my back, I had chronic back pain and my back was so sore. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go to a chiro. I'm not going to go to the doctor. I'm just going to use the law of assumption. So all I did was just assumed that my back was perfectly healthy. And I just repeated to myself, I have a perfectly healthy back. My back is now perfectly healthy. I have a perfectly healthy back. My back is now perfectly healthy. Within 3 to 4 weeks, boom, now my back is solid, man. It's like I've never had any back pain. Now with my eyes as well. Now I was told by an optometrist that I need glasses. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Let me use the law of assumption. So all I did was just assume that my eyes is already perfect. I have 20/20 vision. So all I repeated to myself is like, my eyesight is perfect, I have 20/20 vision. My eyesight is perfect, I have 20/20 vision. Within 3 to 4 weeks, boom. And how I knew that my eyesight improved is because when I used to drive at night, I used to kind of squint, and I had to close my eyes, squint so that I can see a little properly. But now, as soon as I was like, I get to see the words, I get to see, the ads, the billboards and everything in the evening, I knew my eyesight was perfect. And let me give you another example. So our son Om, right, he had like a little bit of issues sleeping. He wasn't a good sleeper, and it kind of stressed us out because he'd always wake up, and we also would wake up as well, and it wasn't a pleasant experience. So then I told my wife, listen, let's use the law of assumption. All we need to do is just assume that our son Om is a perfect sleeper, right? So I started assuming that. I reminded myself that Omi is a perfect sleeper, Omi is a perfect sleeper, Omi is a perfect sleeper. Okay, this took a bit of a while. I think about a couple of months or so. Om then started sleeping right through the night and woke up after 6 or 7. So now we also felt so rested, and it's such a beautiful thing. Now the reason why I'm sharing these day-to-day, everyday examples with you so that you can see that it is applicable. It's not just like some sort of sorcery or magic, but you can use it for literally everything. I use it for my telecoms business as well, to literally triple my income in my telecoms business. And that's exactly where and what I want to talk about. So now check this out. Now you can use the law of assumption for everything, but in this video I want to share with you how you can use it to double or triple your income. So all that is required from you is just to be clear in what that new amount is. What I suggest is you want to rather double your income. Don't go for something that's too big, because if your brain doesn't have reference, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Of course you can manifest anything you want, but rather start small and then work your way up to a bigger goal. Because if you have never earned like 100K and you've only seen like $10,000 in your bank account, and now all of a sudden you want to go to 100K, it might be a little bit challenging for you. But if you double that and you say, you know what, okay, I've seen $10,000 in my bank account, let me go for 20. And you're like, okay, cool, now you assume that you have 20K and you stick to that, then your brain will like, oh, okay, cool, you know, I can actually see this happening. But if it's a bit too big, it might cause a little bit of your resistance and, inner conflicts, with yourself. Why? Because your brain doesn't have any reference experience. Of course, you can manifest anything you want, but I just want to share with you guys from my experience. I also wanted to go big, and bold, but then, it was a little bit challenging. But when I said, you know what, okay, I'm just going to take it step by step and then work my way up, boom, it becomes so much enjoyable and a pleasant experience. Why? Because you are not pushing yourself to do the impossible. You say, you know what, okay, cool, I'm going to work with my brain, I'm going to work with my subconscious mind, and we're going to take this step by step. So what you want to do is ask yourself, what is the most money that you've seen in your bank account? And then you double that. And then what you do is you then assume that you already have that. And then you remind yourself that you are that person now. In other words, you are now a $20,000 man or woman. You are now 100K man or woman. You are $1 million man or woman. And you just stick to that. It's very important to stick to that, not to contradict yourself or to go back and forth, but you have to stick to that. Like, for example, today is Saturday, right? I'm sticking to the fact that it's Saturday. I'm not going to contradict myself and say, no, it's Sunday. No, it's Saturday the whole day. Like with your age as well. When if you're 30 years old, you stick to that 30 years old for 12 months. You don't contradict yourself and say, oh, no, I'm 31. No, you stick to that, right? So now, similarly, with your desires, you need to stick to it. Stop contradicting yourself. Stop being wishy-washy. Stop being in and out. Just stick to your desire, right? There's a lot of things in your life that you did where you actually stuck to that wish fulfilled or that aim. Right now, this is the same thing. You have to apply the same thing. So, for example, I just had a call with a client, right? So now, this client also wants to increase, his income. But now, so I asked him, like, so what is stopping you? What do you think is actually stopping you? Like, well, fear. Fear, okay, cool. So where do you feel that fear in your body? Okay, boom. And then so we basically did what we had to do, clear that fear out of the body. So if it doesn't belong in your body, just clear it out, right? And then I asked him, okay, so now tell me, what would you like to feel instead of the fear? It's like joy and appreciation. Boom. We then applied the techniques. He started feeling joyful and appreciation and gratitude for already being the person who he desires, right? And not only is his income now increasing, but he now has inner peace, joy, bliss, and fulfillment as well. So it's not just about the money, but it's also about you being and having peace within. You know what I mean? So you have to ask yourself, what is stopping you? What is stopping you? Let me know in the comments below, what is stopping you? Whatever that is, then all you need to do is just clear it. Clear it, right? And then ask yourself, okay, what would you like to feel instead? And then just feel that way and assume that you already have your desire, right? And then stick to that. You have to stick to it by sustaining it. Keyword, sustaining it. Like, for example, if you're a smoker and you decide to quit smoking, you have to sustain the new habit of not smoking anymore. Now, similarly with your desire, you have to sustain your new self-concept. You have to sustain that you are now the person who has your desire. Not to contradict yourself, to be wishy-washy, but to sustain it, right? And how you do that is by appreciation. Because if I give you something now, you're gonna say thank you. No, just sustain it with gratitude, with appreciation. Now, if you an entrepreneur and you'd like to increase your income, you can book a free introductory coaching call with me. It's free, no gimmicks, no catches, free. Just go in the description and go to the link and you can book a free call with me, right? Okay, and so in conclusion, what I want to say is that the law of assumption is powerful and it's also simple as well. So you wanna like really ask yourself, what would you like to change in your life? Would you like better eyesight? Would you like perfect health? Would you like your ideal partner? Would you like to increase your income? Would you like to live on the beach? Would you like to just enjoy life? Whatever that is, then just assume that you are this person right now, right? And then stick to that. Stick to it. Don't contradict yourself. And you just remind yourself by affirmations, whatever technique you love, whatever technique is natural to you. So the technique is not what actually manifests. You manifest. The technique is only designed to shift you into the person who now has your desires, right? So you can literally use any technique. I mean, there's 8 billion people on this planet, so there's 8 billion different techniques. So the technique is not what actually manifests. You manifest, right? So the technique is only designed to shift you into the person who now has your desire. So again, if you're an entrepreneur, you can book a free introductory call with me. And having said that, I want to leave you with this beautiful view, beautiful sound. Isn't it a beautiful day? And how does it get any better than this? How does it get any better than this? And what else is possible? Keep smiling, and I'll catch you in the next one.